The two voices. There are two voices inside you. You've heard them. One tells you to wake up early. The other says, stay in bed. One tells you to work. The other says, you can do it later. One pushes you forward. The other pulls you back. And every day, they fight. Not outside. Inside your mind. One version of you wants discipline, wants growth, wants more from life. The other wants comfort, wants ease, wants to avoid anything difficult. And here's the truth. Both are you. Not good versus evil. Not right versus wrong. Just two directions. Two paths. Two futures. Every decision you make feeds one of them. Every time you choose comfort, the weaker version grows stronger. Every time you choose discipline, the stronger version takes control. And slowly, over time, one of them wins. That's why some people rise, and others stay stuck. Not because they are different, but because they listen to a different voice. This series is not about motivation. It's about awareness. Because once you see the war, you can't ignore it anymore. You start to notice it in every moment, every hesitation, every excuse, every opportunity. And that's where everything changes. Because now you have a choice. Not once, but every second. Which voice will you follow? Which version will you feed? Which life will you create? This is not a story about success. This is a story about control. Control over your thoughts, your decisions, your identity. Because in the end, you don't become what you want. You become what you choose repeatedly. And the war, it never stops. But you can decide who wins the first battles. Becoming aware of the inner conflict, the morning war. Morning, the first battle of the day. The alarm rings. And instantly, the war begins. Wake up. No 5 more minutes. It's time to move. You're still tired. It matters. It doesn't matter today. 2. Voices. 1 moment. 1 decision. And it seems small. But it's not. Because how you start your day sets the direction of everything that follows. Most people lose this battle. Not because they can't win, but because they don't even realize it's a fight. They think it's just a feeling. Just tiredness. Just a normal delay. But it's not. It's the first test. And every time you lose it, you start your day with weakness. You teach your mind. It's okay to delay. It's okay to ignore discipline. And that pattern repeats. But when you win, even once, everything feels different. You stand up. You move. You act before doubt takes over. And in that moment, you send a message. I am in control. Win the morning. And you shift the entire day. The comfort trap. Comfort doesn't look dangerous. That's why it wins. It doesn't scream. It doesn't force you. It whispers. Relax. You deserve a break. Do it later. And slowly, it builds a habit. You delay one task, then another, then another. Not enough to notice, but enough to change your life. Because comfort is not rest. Rest has purpose. Comfort avoids purpose. It keeps you safe, but it also keeps you stuck. The other voice, it's quieter, but sharper. Do it now. Push a little more. Don't stop. It doesn't feel good, but it leads somewhere. And every day, you choose between them. Not once, but again and again. Comfort or growth. Ease or progress. And the more you choose comfort, the harder it becomes to leave it. Until one day, you realize you're trapped. Not by your situation, but by your habits. The excuse maker. You don't need someone else to hold you back. You do it yourself. Through excuses. I don't have time. I'm not ready. I'll start when things are better. It sounds logical. It sounds reasonable. That's why it's dangerous. Because excuses don't feel like weakness. They feel like justification. But every excuse you accept strengthens the wrong voice. The one that wants you to stay the same. The one that protects you from effort. The one that avoids growth. And over time, you don't even notice it anymore. It becomes automatic. A. Reflex. But if you slow down, if you listen carefully, you'll hear the other voice. The one that tells you the truth. You have time. You're just avoiding it. You could start now. That voice is uncomfortable because it removes your excuses and leaves you with responsibility. And responsibility means you have no one to blame except yourself, the silent loss. Not all losses are loud. Some happen quietly. No failure, no big mistake, no dramatic moment. Just small decisions. Repeated. You choose distraction. You choose delay. You choose comfort. Again and again and again and again. Nothing happens. That's the problem. Because you don't feel the loss immediately. But time passes. Days turn into weeks. Weeks into months. And suddenly, you look at your life, and nothing has changed. That's the silent loss. Not losing everything at once, but losing progress slowly. And the worst part, you don't even realize when it started, until it's been too long. The first victory. Winning doesn't start big. It starts small. One decision. One moment where you do the opposite of what your comfort wants. You wake up when you wanted to stay in bed. You work when you wanted to scroll. You continue when you wanted to stop. It doesn't feel powerful. It feels uncomfortable. But that's the sign, because growth doesn't feel like winning at first. It feels like resistance. But something changes. You notice it. A shift. A small one. But real. You start trusting yourself. You start seeing that you can act, even when you don't feel like it. And that's the first victory. Not over the world, but over yourself. And once you win that, you realize something dangerous. You can win again. The inner domination. Taking control over the weaker voice and strengthening the dominant self. Starve the weak voice. The weak voice doesn't disappear. It waits. Patient. Quiet. Observing. It knows your habits. It knows your patterns. It knows exactly when you're tired, when you're distracted, when you're vulnerable. And that's when it speaks. Skip today. It doesn't matter. You've done enough. And for a long time, you listened. You fed it. Every time you chose comfort, every time you delayed, every time you avoided effort, you made it stronger. But now you understand something different. Voices don't control you. You feed them. So if you want the weak voice to lose power, you don't fight it. You starve it. You stop giving it what it wants. No more delay. No more excuses. No more easy escapes. It will scream at first. It will push harder because it's losing control. But if you stay consistent, if you stop feeding it, it gets quieter, weaker, less convincing, and eventually, it becomes nothing more than noise. Build the dominant voice. If you remove the weak voice, but don't build the strong one, you fall back. Because silence is not enough. You need direction. The dominant voice is not something you're born with. It's something you build. Through repetition. Through action. Through proof. Through proof. Every time. time you do what you said you would do, you strengthen it. Every time you keep your word to yourself, you give it authority, and slowly, it changes tone from a suggestion to a command. Get up, do the work, finish what you started. No debate, no hesitation, because now it's backed by evidence. You've proven to yourself that you are someone who executes, and once that voice becomes dominant, life becomes simpler, not easier, but clearer. Kill the negotiation. Your biggest weakness is negotiation, not with others, with yourself. I'll do it later. I'll do half. I'll skip just today. It sounds small, harmless, but it's not. Because every time you negotiate, you lower your standard. You weaken your discipline. And you teach your mind something dangerous, that rules can be broken. And once that becomes normal, everything becomes optional. Work becomes optional. Effort becomes optional. Growth becomes optional. And you fall back. So you remove negotiation completely. You don't ask yourself if you feel like it. You don't debate. You don't adjust. You decide once, and you follow through every time. Because discipline doesn't grow in flexibility. It grows in certainty. Pain becomes fuel. At the beginning, pain stops you. It feels heavy, uncomfortable, overwhelming. So, you avoid it. You run from it. You distract yourself from it. But as you grow, something changes. You stop seeing pain as a signal to stop. You start seeing it as a signal to push. Because pain means effort. Pain means resistance. Pain means you're leaving your comfort zone. And that's exactly where growth happens. So instead of avoiding it, you use it. You train at it. You move through it. You build inside it. Until one day, pain doesn't slow you down anymore. It activates you. It becomes fuel. And that's when you become dangerous. Total control. This is where everything comes together. The weak voice is no longer leading. The dominant voice is clear. Negotiation is gone. Pain no longer stops you. And now, you reach a level most people never experience. Control. Not partial control. Total control. You decide, and you act. You plan, and you execute. You start, and you finish. No delays, no excuses. No inconsistency. Your actions are no longer based on mood. They are based on identity. You do what must be done, because that's who you are now. And once you reach this level, life changes. Not because things become easier, but because you become stronger. Stronger than your emotions. Stronger than your habits. Stronger than your old self. And from this point, there is only one direction left. Forward. No more conflict. There was a time when everything felt like a battle. Wake up or stay in bed, work or delay, push or quit. Every decision felt heavy, like you were constantly fighting yourself. And most days, you were tired before you even started, because conflict drains you. It splits your energy. It weakens your focus. It slows your progress. But now, something is different. The debate is gone. You don't ask yourself what to do anymore. You already know. And more importantly, you act. Not because it feels good. Not because you're motivated, but because it's who you are. There is no second voice pulling you back. No hesitation holding you in place. Just clarity. Direction. Just action. And that's when you realize the war was never outside. It was always within you. And now, there is nothing left to fight. Only something to become.